Remember when I was like, oh, don't touch this bottom part, and that's all I'm doing right now? Hi, Nick. I am throwing a planter for Mr. Salt, or attempting to. Hey, Hugh. So we're trying to center. It's probably more clay than I've probably ever thrown before, actually. What was it? I said 5 3/4 plus 4.5, so a little over 10. Hey, Hugh. Yeah, I'll probably need to lose some of it, but last 3 pieces, yeah. If you're a plant person, starting pottery is the slightly warped. If you're a plant person, starting pottery is definitely a way to get yourself flush in pots, especially at the beginning. Yeah. I actually have to move some of this clay is the problem. I'm not doing anything to it. Going to a play short? No, going to play shortly. Wait. Ah. Got there in the end. We're just going to take this part right off because it's close. It's not exactly centered, and honestly, there is... So, there's no question that having it centered is important. I think a lot of beginners and teachers get a little, well, not over enthusiastic about it being perfectly centered, but it does need to be centered enough. Now, once you're able to start throwing like pretty decently, there comes a point where it's good enough. And this looks pretty good enough to me. So opening something this large, I should have saved that slip. It's all right. Take your time. the wasps and centipedes make it across the pond. The other thing I'm trying to avoid, which I'm not avoiding particularly well here, is opening this off center. You can fix that with a tool to help you. Now I just need to get that clay out of there. And it's just smushing everywhere. It's all right. We're dealing. There's a big old bump in here. Like I said, slow and steady today. You must have hit the shipping just right, you know, like sometimes it happens that way. Ooh, almost splashed that everywhere. Opening this as far as it needs to be is difficult. Whereabouts we are. Now, before we go crazy here. Yeah, size definitely makes a difference. Should have done that with my needle tool. This is not how you should do this. Hey, Nihilist. Just want that to come out, and the way to do it is with the right tool. And this is all because I opened this uneven. So I'm trying to set myself up for an easier time later. Okay. Now. Hey, Kaylee. Oof. Okay. Still way too thick. I wanted to put a decent foot on these, but an inch thick is too much. Welcome in, Sims Lord. Thank you for the follow. I am making a planter. Or my husband's overachieving peacock plant. Crocheting beanies for your friends. Awesome. Okay, I'll try not to. Milk and cigarettes. Alright, you can see we got a little off center here, so we're gonna collar center a little bit. Oh, and not throw it completely off. What I get for working on the wrong side of the pot. Is it hard? It's not easy. I will say that. It involves a lot of learning and the people that are really good at it make it look easy. Hey, Lost. I think we can probably come out a little bit wider. Throwing tools in here apparently. Of course it ended up on like the messiest side. Ugh. Can't see what I'm measuring. Where are you, sponge? There you are. It's part-time for me, so little column A, little column B. I have a business, but I don't do it in... It's more like a hobby that sustains itself. So part-time and some. You said hi, Hugh. It's going pretty well. Thank you, Lost. Hey, Fish, what's up? That's better. Okay. That is Fisher, and Hannah is behind me. They are the studio managers in here. Alright, hang on, bud. I just got the slip out of there. I can let you out, but I have to take this. Yeah, the resident geriatrics, huh? Huh, Squish? Go on. Oh, cool. It's true. Alright. So rather than trying to come up with our first pull, the first pull is going to come this way. Gosh, Lost. This is way too much clay, I can tell you that right now. I've been in clay 6.5 or 7 years now. Been selling for 4, maybe 4.5 at this point. Since COVID, before then. Right before then, actually. Selling since right before then. So my very first market that I was planning on doing was supposed to be May of 2020. And March of 2020, everything shut down. So I set up my online store, and probably like 6 months after everything shut down, I had an online store. So right around then. We got uneven walls here. You can see it in the top. I do. Yep. I usually do 1, maybe 2 in-person shows a year. And then the rest of my selling is online. What's going on in there? I think it's an air bubble. So depends. But generally, if you throw a piece and let it dry enough to trim it, say that's 4 days. So you throw it, give it 4 days to dry enough to trim it. Trim it. If you're adding anything like handles to it or any additions, that'll take another day. Like, unless you're... So this is why it depends, right? I do multiple pieces at a time. If I was working on a single piece, like in one day, I could trim and add handles in the same day. Because I work on multiple pieces, I might trim 10 mugs and then do all of the handles another day. But once the handles are on, I would say they need another 4 days to like dry enough for me to take them to be fired. So call it 2 weeks before they're ready. Just for simplicity. There is something weird going on there. Let's fix it. I think it's an air bubble that's giving me grief. And I would usually say don't stop a pull in the middle of a pull like that, but I have a feeling we're going to get twisting around there. We're also running off the screen. Great pottery throwdown? Funny you should say that. Yes, Henry from, I forget what season he was on, just started streaming. He is pot_punk. Thank you. Oh, I didn't even know you were gone, so welcome back.